Hi, welcome to Ekate's Crossing. Welcome to Intuitive Friday with Paula. Today we're going to use the Starman Tarot, and we're going to use Pink Floyd's Playing cards for Intuitive Friday. Let's see what message we have overall for what's going on for us over the weekend, what's going over Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, what's actually happening within our own life. So what I'm going to do is shuffle the card and focus on a collective energy. What's happening for us over the weekend? What's important for us in a reflective, meditative, contemplative aspect of our journey? What's going to allow us to move forward in a very spiritual journey? What's going to allow us to move ahead physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? What's really valuable to our own individual journeys? Remembering that this reading may or may not resonate with you. There may be aspects of the reading that resonate. There may be aspects that you can totally disregard. Each of us as individuals, when we come across these readings on YouTube, we share them as a collective energy. It's not necessarily going to resonate completely with you as an individual. Parts of the reading may resonate. Parts of the reading may give you a perchance of a reflection, meditative aspect of the reading. We're all individuals, so I want you to take that into consideration when listening to any of the readings that I certainly put on YouTube. These readings are not for every single person, because we're all different and we all have different aspects going on in our life. Some of the reading may resonate, some may not. So please take that into consideration when I'm doing a reading for you, or doing a reading for the collective on YouTube. Unless I'm doing a specific reading for you. If you want to do a specific reading, please check out Unseen Alley. I've got some services on there, or check my blog for more details. If you want a reading from me, of course, there's lots of different types of decks that I use, different types of spreads, which will share different information, whether you want something in regards to a relationship, whether you want something to do with work, or whether you want something a bit more deeper and you want to work with what's going on a deeper level within your life. There's different readings as well. The readings will go from a 3-card reading, which is quite reasonable, up to a full reading. The readings vary, anything from a Celtic spread to a Gypsy spread, up to the larger life path reading, which includes sort of the astrology houses, or the cards that connect to your life path. So there's something a bit deeper as well. So really up to you, what resonates with you, what's important to you, what's of value to your journey right now. So please do check out my blog. Please check out Unseen Alley, the mystical marketplace, if you want a reading with always Ekate's Crossing. So or Hecate, however way you want to say it. Hecate is fine. It just depends on where you're from and what's important. Okay, so card number 1 we're looking at is Queen of Swords, and that's interesting because that came up yesterday when I was doing a spread for Instagram. So Queen of Swords seemed quite important about the weekend, so this may be very much about thoughts, nurturing your ideas, nurturing your plans. I want to say the knowledge that's opening up. Maybe you're writing, Maybe this might be about a writing aspect, or reading a book. Might be you're learning something, you're studying, could be that aspect as well. So very, very, I get a lot about knowledge, learning, speaking, communication, ideas and plans coming up. There might be a chance for you to sort of speak clearly about what's important to you, what you want to nurture in your journey at this time. So that seems quite important. So here we have two more cards. We have Five of Wands, which to me is about battle, and we have the Alien, which is like the Hermit. So this might be a time for, maybe you've got this inner conflict and you need to spend time in reflection, meditation, contemplation. What's causing you this internal battle? What's causing you this fight? Is it the fight within yourself, or is it a fight with other people around you at this time, this conflict, these battles and things that are going on? I think that's very important for you to look at on many levels. Could be an idea also, I'm getting the snake sting quite important, and there's this battle going on, but I also get a sense of shedding old skin. So what are you holding on to that might be causing this conflict? You know, maybe it's time to shed those skins, to transform, to transmute, to make the changes you need. To be able to, I'm getting a lot about inner knowledge, self-expression, quite important. Enabling you to stand in your own power is also very, very important at this time. So I feel like there could be a lot about reflecting, contemplating this internal battle that's going on within you, and enabling you to look at the secrets or the hidden knowledge that's coming forth. Maybe you're writing and you've just got a lot of conflict going on with the writing aspect of it, so you might need to spend some time in reflection and contemplation with what's actually going on. Maybe some acknowledgement about where you actually are. And here you have the Sun. So this might be, I'm just getting a sense of taking a break, taking some time to enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the sun, enjoy the warmth of finding your own inner happiness, your own joy, your own inner peace at this time. Could be really, really important for you. It's really about surrendering to the moment. I think it's very, very important for you over the... Whoa, that card just flew out. So here we have the Princess of Swords. So I get a sense of seeking the truth, really focusing on the facts. Don't let your emotions overtake you at the moment. I think this might be a time for you to sort of maybe disconnect a little bit with the emotions and allow yourself, and I think that's a lot to do with the internal battle that's going on at this moment. I think it's very important for you to disconnect from your emotions and allow yourself to actually look at the facts. Look at this, this and this. What does it actually mean to you at this time? It's going to bring a sense of clarity in what's actually going on. It's going to allow yourself to look at the shadow self as well. Look at the aspects of who you are on many levels. So, that's interesting. Got 5 cards out and 5 cards fly out. So interesting here. So here we have the 5 of Swords. So this could be a situation you find yourself over the weekend where this is a no-win situation. You might feel like you've won the battle or someone else has won the battle, but actually it's a no-win situation. It's actually a situation where you feel dissatisfied, you feel unsatisfied, you feel disconnected from the whole situation. It doesn't ring true. it's not really where you're at. I feel this is a sense for you just to spend some time sort of grounding yourself. Seems very important to stay grounded, to acknowledge why you're feeling the anger, or why you're feeling this passion, or the sense of vitality, this energy that's sort of winding you up in some way. You need to find a way to calm that down a little bit. I think that's very important for you at this time. Here I get the Nine of Wands. And Nine of Wands to me is about perseverance. It's about nearing the completion of what's going on for you in a project in some way. Maybe you're trying to break free from what's holding you back, but I can feel this build up of what's actually happening for you. Like you're starting to feel like things may weigh you down. You haven't quite got to that stage yet, but you're starting to feel that. It's starting to build into that perspective. So you need to find a way to, I want to say, lift off the hat to that situation. You know, you need to open that up to find out exactly where you are at this time. Here you have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles to me is a sense of nurturing your health, okay, as well as your wealth, your finances, your security, etc. But I'm getting a lot about the health aspect, and I'm thinking more of an emotional health. And I know this is a physical and material aspect type of card, but I'm getting a sense of actually trying to connect with your mental health, your sense of your perspectives and what's actually going on, and it's actually not making you very well. So you need nurturing in those areas. You need to nurture your health on many levels. I think it's a lot to do with the heart, with the way you sort of open yourself up. And we talked about sort of disconnecting from your emotions, and I think you're finding that a little difficult at this time. Seems to be quite difficult in finding that area. And here I have the Ten of Pentacles here. So Ten of Pentacles tells me that once you find your balance and you're able to nurture where you are in your health, and able to disconnect from the emotions on many levels, allowing yourself to understand and accept that where you're at, you're starting to feel that burden. Once you actually acknowledge that and you're able to move through that area, you're going to find yourself allowing the happiness, the joy, the richness to enter all aspects of your life. I'm not just talking about finances. I'm not talking about the money aspects or the inheritance as in money, but more of an inheritance of your spirituality, your joy, your peace, you know, inheriting those aspects that give you a sense of internal peace. And that's a health aspect as well coming into your life. And the last card we look at here is the Seven of Wands. And this might be about you actually standing up for who you are as an individual, actually saying, this is what I deserve, this is what I am, this is who I am as an individual, this is what I expect, this is what I actually desire in my life. You know, standing up and saying, this is what I want, this is what I expect, this is who I am as an individual. I think bringing that into standing in your own power, standing in your own strength, your own sexuality, your own identity in who you are, your own creative projects, your creative energy, that spark, that thing that makes you you. I think that's very important, that you are able to stand in that energy. I think that's really, really important for you. So what an amazing reading that is with the Starman Tarot. I think that gives us some real depth, some real thoughts and reflection, contemplation, you know, what's of value to you in regards to a win-win situation, a no-win situation, what's of value to you in regards to nurturing your health on many levels. What do you want to actually bring into your many aspects of your life? How do you stand in your own power? How do you find a way to disconnect from your emotion so you're not too over emotional? It's okay to have a little emotion, but it's about not letting your emotions rule your direction that you want to go in. I think that's really important for you to sort of think about in reflection, contemplation, meditation over the weekend. Maybe you're going to do some journaling. This could be a sense of actually allowing yourself to move into a new direction about where you want to be. I think that's really important. Okay, I'm going to look at the Pink Floyd cards, and I'm going to look at the imagery, not necessarily the playing card meanings. I'm looking more at the imagery that's actually coming through, and the colours and things that seem important. So what I'm looking at here, firstly, I'm looking at overcoming challenges. Maybe there might be some delays or some blocks to where you're moving ahead of, which just seems to be really important. This one here, I get a sense of making sure you connect to Mother Earth. I'm getting a lot about spending time outside. It might be really important for you. Maybe it's time to move ahead, travel, I'm actually getting very clearly, spend some time near water, spending some time outside might be really important, sailing, anything to do with the water, the outdoors on some level could be really important. I'm also getting the wind with the movement, so it could be about listening to your intuition as well as connecting with being outside, being always. Okay, this one here I get a sense of actually turning your back in some way. I think there's a sense of leaving behind what does not serve you and what allows you to move ahead. This one here I'm getting a sense of, this one here I'm getting a sense of being covered or being protected in some way. This one I feel like it's a tent, and I feel like you're being protected or you're being covered by something. So this could be about you protecting who you are as an individual. Maybe you're needing to protect yourself against the negative energy that's going on, the negative aspect of what's actually happening for you. This one here I get a sense of communication, a sense of healing, and I get a healing of self-expression. So as the more you express yourself, the more you heal. So it's about doing what's important, and music seems quite important. So this could be a weekend of listening to music. Music could be a huge part of your journey this weekend. It's very much about sound. Sound could be very, very important to your journey as well. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got Five of Hearts. Five of Hearts to me is about, you've got two fives here. So you've got a sense of very much about creating a sense of magic within your dreams, your relationships, in regards to your projects, your creative energy. So creating that magic is very, very important for your life. It's also enabling you to begin what's important. Take that first thought and put it into action with the Ace. And I feel that that's a very materialistic, physical aspect as well. Knowing that everything's sort of coming together. It's going to give you new opportunities in regards to your journey as well. Very important. You're going to have new opportunities coming through. Very much about nurturing. Again, that sense of nurturing your physical aspects, nurturing your creative energy is very, very important, but also a sense of being practical about where you want to be. Practical about the creative energy that's going on for you, the sexuality, the spark, the ambition. Being creative, being practical in those aspects is also very, very important for you. So I feel like that's your complete reading for the weekend, but I am getting a feeling of a crystal grid. So we are going to bring in a crystal energy for the weekend. So what crystal energy are we going to focus on this weekend, which is important? So what crystal energy are we going to focus on? And we're going to focus on the Ajoite, Agoite, and it's about compassion. So I think this is a lot about self-compassion. It's very important. So this is a weekend of self-care. Getting the blue background here, very much about a sense of self-expression, again about communication. That this is very much about, definitely about being very gentle with self. I think there's going to be a weekend of really taking care of who you are as an individual, allowing yourself some self-pampering, some time to heal, some time to move through this process. This process is going to be quite a slow process. It's not going to be quite quick. I think this is a time to really take care of self, and that might include being outside, making sure you stay protected, listening to music, allowing yourself to express exactly who you are as an individual. Might be a sense of being artistic in some way. You might be writing. I think there's a lot of self-care going on, which is really, really important. So this is going to be a very important crystal grid for you over the weekend, as you can see. So the crystal Ajoite, Ajoite. So Agoite is the name of the crystal, and it is about compassion, being gentle and kind to self on many levels. Okay, so this is the reading for the weekend to reflect, contemplate, to meditate on, to really find out what resonates with you as an individual. What's really important for you is really about reflection, contemplation and meditation. Take care, blessed be, and thank you for being with me during this Intuitive Friday.